If you're looking for a folding e-bike that can fully charge in 2 hours, then you want to stick around for this one. Big shout out goes out to Engwe for reaching out to me and asking me to review their brand new bike. This is the EP-2 3.0 model. In this review, I'm going to go over everything there is to know about this brand new electric bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the brand new Engwe EP-2 3.0 folding electric bike. It features a 750 watt, 1500 watt peak hub motor with 90 newton meters of torque, coupled with a 48 volts, 15 amp hour removable battery with a BMS. Engwe claims that this should give you a range of up to 65 miles, depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires with a built-in 3mm anti-puncture layer. This is coupled with Tektro hydraulic brakes front and rear with 180mm rotors. We also have a front suspension fork with 50mm of travel, as well as preload and lockout. A Shimano 7-speed with a Shimano derailleur, a fairly large and wide seat that is adjustable in height, as well as an adjustable handlebar that can go up and down. And since this bike is a folding e-bike, the handlebar stem can fold, as well as the main frame itself, using this very sturdy folding mechanism. In the front of the bike, we have a dual LED headlight that's fairly bright, and in the rear we have a taillight and an active brake light. That is always good. The total weight of this bike is 75.4 pounds with a max load capacity of 330 pounds, and it is IPX5 rated and UL certified. And up on the handlebars we have our rear brake and our Shimano gear changer. In the center we have a very bright and sharp color display, and on the left side we have our front brake, our thumb throttle, our on, off and mode selector buttons, the headlight button, and a horn. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now as far as the price, this brand new model is going to go for $11.99, but I will have a discount code that'll be in the description down below, along with the link if you're interested in this bike. One more thing I want to mention is Engwe is celebrating their 12th anniversary and they're dropping 3 brand new bikes. This is the EP-2 3.0. We're going to have the L20 3.0 and the M20 3.0. Now, to celebrate this 12-year anniversary, Engwe is running a promotion. It's going to go from April 15th, 2026 to May 15th, 2026, and the first 200 customers who purchase one of these 3 models will get an anniversary gift box that's worth like $200. So that's pretty cool. Just wanted to mention that. But anyways, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into our speed test. Now, very quickly, before we do the speed test, I do want to show you the starting procedure on this bike. This battery does have an on-off switch. It's located over here. Hopefully you guys can see that, this red button. That has to be switched on in order for the bike to turn on. And once you're on the bike, we have this power button over here. You hit that for 2 seconds or so, and the bike will turn on. Now, this bike has 5 pedal assist modes. 0 means no throttle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For our speed test, I'm going to be testing mode 5. Now, one last thing I do want to mention is this bike comes locked as Class 2 e-bike out of the box, so 20 miles an hour max speed, but you could turn it into a Class 3 and make it go 28. The way to do that is you hold the plus and minus buttons for a little bit until you enter the menu. It's a couple of seconds, and once you're in the menu, you have to press and hold the plus button for about 5 seconds. You'll see the screen change. After that, you hold the minus button for about 5 seconds, and you'll see the screen change from 20 to 28. Let go, and then press the I button over here for the same amount of time until the screen clears, and then you unlocked your bike. I already unlocked mine, so let's see if we're able to hit that 28 miles an hour. Okay, and here we go. So the way it picks up speed is very subtle in the beginning, so it's not gonna yank you back or be unsafe, and then it slowly unleashes the full power. Now our bike is showing 27.7. It's a little bit windy today. I'm gonna tuck in for a second. I'm just trying to give this bike all the chances of making it. If we can get anywhere near 28, I'd be satisfied, and that should be enough. Hopefully my GPS app had enough time to register the top speed. Let's check our results. My GPS app is showing 28.4 miles per hour. That is amazing. All right, so 28.4 miles per hour, and I love when that happens, when a brand advertises a certain top speed and you actually get that or get even faster than what they advertise. That is nice to see. Now the speedometer did show 27.7, so it's a little bit off, but actually not that bad, and I'd consider this a very successful speed test. This bike is pretty nice. It feels very solid. Like it's built very well. The frame feels extremely sturdy. Now these fat tires give you so much contact surface. You can get pretty low and carve with this thing. It feels pretty agile, and even though it's a little bit heavier, on the heavier side, it feels fairly light, and it feels very solid and stable. Let's see how stable this bike is really. Woo. Okay, that was a little scary because the front end of this bike is very light, but regardless, it went over a bump without even me holding the handlebars and stayed pretty straight, so that's pretty good. Now as far as the brakes, these are very nice Tektro hydraulic brakes, 180 millimeter rotor. I'm making my way up to about 20 miles an hour or so and hitting the brakes in 3, 2, go. Oh man, that was pretty aggressive. So we're looking at about a 20 to 25 foot stopping distance from about 20 miles an hour. Now one thing to keep in mind is these brakes are brand new and they will get better with time, and you should expect better results, but overall very, very good brakes. Now another thing that's pretty insane about this bike is the fact that it comes with an 8 amp charger. That is crazy. I've never seen an e-bike come with a charger that fast. It's like super fast charging on this bike. They say this bike will fully charge in 2 hours. That is amazing. And even if you're out and about enjoying your day, running errands, commuting or whatever, and you run out, even if you plug it in for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you're gonna get a lot of that battery back. So very, very nice feature to have. This bike also has a lot of technology, so it has like anti-theft alert, GPS tracking, and you can connect to the Engwe app and can get all of those features there. Another thing I wanted to mention, and I will insert this earlier, but it is later down in the review, but I've been riding around, and hopefully you guys can see that. I've been riding around for 9 miles, and I only lost 1 bar from the battery out of 5 total. That is insane. And I've been on the highest speed mode. Given I'm not on the full throttle the whole way, I am riding normal. That is pretty good. You're gonna get a ton of range on this bike. And not only that, even if you do run out of range, because of that fast charger, boom, you're getting that battery so quick. That is really nice. Again, this is kind of after I'm finished filming the review, but I will insert this in the riding experience part just to add to the overall riding experience. This bike is insane. So this is what the suspension looks like, that front fork. It's a generic front fork, but it's like mid-level front fork because we do have preload and lockout. We do not have a rear shock on this bike. This is a hardtail. See how it does over a bump while I'm sitting down. Okay, so the front, you can definitely tell that it's dampening it, and then you get a little kick from the back because it does not have rear shocks. Now let's see if this thing likes a little curb hop action over here. Oh yeah, dude, actually a lot smoother than I anticipated. That front fork, even though it's, like I said, mid-level generic, it's actually a perfect match for the weight of this bike. Very decent suspension for what it is. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds. This is what I look like on this bike. Now, for me right now, I set it up for me, so it's super comfortable. I'm not hunched over. I can sit upright. And the pedaling situation, very nice and comfortable for me. Now the nice thing about this bike is that it's super customizable. We have the handlebar that can go up and down. The handlebar is fairly high up on this bike, but they can still go higher, and the seat is adjustable. So if you're a very tall rider, this bike will definitely fit you, and it will even fit people who are shorter than 5'8". They can definitely still ride on this thing. Now I do want to show you the seat. very quickly. So this is the seat, and it is very nice and wide. The only thing I will say is it's definitely on the stiffer side of things. Okay, hopefully it breaks in with time and becomes a little softer, but it is very wide, and even though it's a little bit stiff, it's fairly comfortable. I haven't been feeling any pain or anything so far, but I do wish it was a little bit softer. Other than that, the size and fit situation here is amazing. Let me show you this throttle situation. Even though I'm on the highest speed mode, this throttle, you can barely touch it. So very sensitive in a good way, and then you can give it some boost and this thing starts going, reaching the top speed fairly quick. Now when I'm talking about the throttle curve, what I mean by sensitive, it's like there's some throttles that are 0 to 100. This is not it. It is very subtle, so it's not gonna yank you back. It's not gonna go 0 to 100. This throttle is definitely on the chiller side, that's for sure, and the overall tune is as well. Now as far as the pedal assist goes, this does have a cadence sensor, so if you're barely moving the pedals, it's only gonna give you that much speed. It's not gonna give you full speed. If you go faster, then it's gonna give you faster speed, but I'll be completely honest with you, it's very difficult constantly going full spin on this thing just to get it to go. I mean, you could probably last for maybe 10 seconds and then you start tiring. So me personally, I would always use the thumb throttle. Now personally, I like the fact that you can unlock this bike, taking it from 20 to 28 miles per hour. That's very nice and a part of the tune. The only thing I will say that's just a little weird is having the thumb throttle on the left. Now I've had this before, it's not the end of the world, you get used to it fairly quick, but I'm just so used to having it on the right that having it on the left it throws you off in the beginning, but you do get used to it. That would be my only complaint, and I'll just toss it in with the whole tune situation. But overall, the tune itself, for what it is for this bike, is pretty good. Alright, so now it is time to try our hill climb test. I'm going to be doing this in pedal assist mode 5, of course. Let's see if I'm going to need to pedal or not. Now the camera never does this justice. It never shows how steep things are, but this hill is about a 20% grade, if not more in some places. And so far so good. Now we are going to probably lose some speed, that is expected. But I don't hear crazy sounds of struggle from the hub motor. We did drop to about 15 miles per hour, but we are climbing, and that is the important part. And there you go, this is the end of the hill. We're gonna pick up speed right now and able to do it, no problem. That's pretty decent. Sweet, so I was able to do it. I didn't really have doubts in my mind. I just knew that this is one of the harder test for this bike during this review, but it managed to do it. Now the only reason I do this test is for those of you who live in an area with hills, or hills are a part of your commute. You can kind of see what this thing is capable of. Now I personally consider this bike as a great commuter. Maybe take it out while you're camping, because the fact that it can fold right on the boardwalk wherever it's allowed in your city, taking it for some errands, last mile commute, definitely matches those categories. What it's not, it's not a crazy off-roader, but this is a review and I want to test its capabilities, so I brought it to this park and let's see how it does over here. Now this initial section is fairly flat, and it shouldn't be a problem for this bike as far as power and the tires that it has, the fat tires. That should be decent enough. I am, however, making my way to something that's a little bit more extreme. Now it's a short section, but it's definitely more extreme than that. The camera might never show it, but it's a little bit more bumpy. Kind of want to test the suspension and see how things handle out here. And so far so good. Now we have this little mini hill climb. Small, but it's fairly steep. I'm gonna lose all my speed over here. Let's see if we have enough power to make it up here. Oh yeah, it did. Without a lot of struggle too. That's excellent, dude. Oh my god. Now this thing does take a second to start going, but it does want to spin its tire. It's fairly nice for what it is. Like I said, it's got that subtle start when you hit the throttle. Alright, let's see how it does downhill with this suspension. Decent, very decent. Now again guys, I know this was a short little section, but it's not really an off-roader. I just wanted to give you a small taste of what this thing is capable of doing. So what do I think about the brand new Engwe EP-2 3.0 folding electric bike? Let's do things I like and things I don't like. I'll start with things I like. I like the ruggedness of the frame. This bike is built very solid, and even though it folds, it is a very solid frame, and I kind of like the design as well. I like the brakes on this thing, amazing brakes. I like the fact that you can unlock it from class 2 to class 3. That is very nice. Another thing that's a major highlight for this bike is the 8 amp charger. That is absolutely insane. You can charge this bike fully in 2 hours. Absolutely crazy. Very nice to have. I also really like how custom you can make this bike, meaning that you can change the handlebar height up and down, you know, to fit you. Same thing with the seat up and down, so it could fit many different riders. I also really like all of the technology that this bike has, so the anti-theft stuff, the GPS, all that accessible through the app. And I like having a taillight and an active brake light. That is always good. Now let's do things I don't like, and I always try to find at least one, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case, I have like 1.5. The first one is more of a personal type of thing, and I'm talking about the thumb throttle being on the left side. Again, not the end of the world. You do get used to it fairly quick, and I'm just used to having it on the right side. For you, you may not care at all, but just a personal thing, and I thought I'd add it there. The second thing, and again, I'm not gonna hold it against this bike because it's not that type of bike, but I wish it had rear suspension because it would make this bike so much better. It's not that it's bad. It is a hardtail. It's not supposed to have rear suspension, but if it did, it would have been nicer. That's all I'm saying. Again, a personal thing, but I'm not gonna fully hold it against the bike. Now you may be sitting at the screen screaming, dude, this is a folding e-bike. Why aren't you showing us how to fold it and unfold it? Guys, it is so straightforward. I don't think that I need to show you how to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you have this little latch on the handlebar stem with this nub. The nub goes up, the latch pulls away, and the handlebar stem can just fold, put it back up, go over, hear the click, and it's locked. Same thing goes for the middle section. You have a latch and a nub. Nub goes forward, latch pulls away, and the bike will start folding. And to put it back the opposite direction, make sure it clicks, and you're good. It is so straightforward that I don't think I need to add it for you guys to realize how to fold and unfold this bike, but I still showed you anyways. Now I do have one special announcement. I kind of mentioned it in the intro, and I'm talking about Engwe's 12th anniversary that's coming up. Again, there is the EP-2 3.0, the L20 3.0, and the M20 3.0. Those are going to be brand new models. The first 200 people to purchase one of those bikes will win a special edition anniversary gift box. But I have some great news from Engwe. I was talking to them, and they're willing to give away free anniversary boxes to one of you guys. All you guys have to do is just answer one simple question in the comments down below for this video. Would you consider the Engwe EP-2 3.0 as your daily commuter? Answer down below, tag at Engwe Bikes. I'll have that up on the screen. So that's pretty cool of Engwe to do. So get your answers going in the comment down below. Tag Engwe. You might get one of those boxes sent to you for free. Now I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about the brand new Engwe EP-2 3.0 folding electric bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.